All right, everybody, welcome back to the Sideshow. My name is Mingo.
This is Tony.
My name's Seabass.
Oh, Seabass is back.
Was I gone?
Well, this weekend.
Not to our audience, I don't think I was.
I didn't see you, so but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Well, why can't we talk about it now?
All right, let's get it.
All right, fuck it.
Was Comic-Con down there this weekend?
Nope.
Your dad told me, he showed
well.
me a specific time-stamped, date-coded advertisement for Comic-Con, and it was supposed to be this past
It was
weekend.
supposed to be next weekend, from what I heard. There were people... Okay, so I didn't get to go to Comic-Con, but there was a cosplaying troupe that was out there right in front of the convention, right behind the hotel we were staying at, or that my buddy was staying at. And they were there for hours. And so we were walking around.
Whoa, wait a minute. Your buddy stayed at a hotel?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought the three of you stayed together at Homeboy's house.
No, he's hooked up at the hotel because he's with Uncle Sam.
Did you guys get to stay at the hotel with him?
We were in the room for like an hour. We didn't sleep
You
there.
didn't crash there?
No. It's his room.
Yeah, but your boys, it's our room at that point.
No.
Come on, man. Because, like, when you pops at that purple Monte Carlo, that was our purple Monte Carlo. He just drove it.
And we drove that shit everywhere. Yeah, it was ours until it was time to put gas.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It's our trip until I got to pay for everything, right?
You know what? Speaking on that, I feel bad.
Why?
Because I don't think I've ever chipped in for gas with anybody, and everybody else always had a car, and I didn't.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think I've ever chipped in for gas on Manuel's
Probe?
Ford Probe, exactly. Mojo's Toyota Celica.
That's why you got all the money now.
Mm.
So how was your weekend, Seabass?
Good.
So
As I was saying before I was interrupted by,
sorry.
again, the past, because you guys are really good at talking about that. Ouch,
That's all we have
did
is
that
our
one hurt?
memories.
Yeah. And even some of them are dwindling. So yeah, there was a cosplaying troupe that was out there that we walked through and met a few people and talked to them. Got pictures with a couple people.
What were their outfits?
Everything. There was a Scarlet Witch. There was a bunch of Stormtroopers. There was a Darth Vader. There was a Black Widow. There was a Mandalorian. That was pretty cool. Some guy dressed up as Alvin and the Chipmunks.
holy shit.
Yeah.
But were those costumes legit?
Oh yeah.
I can
I'll
imagine.
show you the pictures in a second, or one of them that I got. Yeah, they're pretty cool.
But what were they actually doing?
So it's this thing called cosplay. I know I've said that like 6 times, but it's not COS, it's CAUSE. So they dress up for a cause, like they were out there for a charity event.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
So
Yeah,
that was
that's
cool.
not too bad.
That was cool to go out there and meet everybody, or not everybody, but a lot of people.
What was their charity?
I don't remember. I'm not
Did
gonna
you
lie.
contribute?
No.
That's your dad talking right there.
Yep.
Because he didn't get to go in. Why contribute?
See?
Go in. They were doing
I
it
didn't
outside.
I didn't get to go to Comic-Con. I got fucked out of Comic-Con, so they get screwed out of
I-
a donation, but whatever.
all your friends that you hung out with, they all 21?
One of them's not.
That's too bad.
Yep.
Yeah, but he wasn't. They were able to bring some back. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But still, I mean, to be able to, everyone going to the bar,
Right.
you know.
She could have waited outside.
Oh, it was the girl?
Mm-hmm.
Man, you should have left her at home.
I'm gonna let her know you said that. She knows who you are.
Ooh. Did she remember me, though?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She was talking to me the other day. She was like, does Tony still hate me because I made fun of him for saying potty at the age of 50? Yes, she remembers you.
Okay, then. It's good you took her around.
See?
She
Nice.
passed the test.
Yeah.
Did you, I mean, were you able to take the subway system, the transit system to different places so nobody had to drive?
I had to drive, which is fine because I didn't use an entire tank of gas that weekend. And
Really?
I was driving a half hour every day from the house out to San Diego because the house we were staying at is in Chula Vista.
Okay.
How long of a drive is that from the gas lamp district?
30 minutes.
Damn.
It's not bad though. And I didn't use up all my gas the whole weekend, so
But you know they got trains out there, subways.
yeah.
and,
But
and the station is like right close to the gas lamp district.
yeah, I know, I saw that.
But
I'd
how
much rather
expensive is
drive.
that?
I like being in control.
I don't think it's. I can't. It can't be expensive. Because I know again, there's a old town area where the Mexican food is. There's a train station there,
Right.
and then Gaslamp District there's a train station there.
That's actually something that we should go look at. Me and you is there's a park out there called Chicano Park.
Yep.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, we got to go during the day.
We
though.
drove by it. We drove by it. It was pretty cool.
Why you gotta go during
I'm
the
just
day?
kidding. God
Oh,
damn.
I'm so scared. Or aware, as I would say.
Oh, yeah, right.
As I would like to say. So did you guys get to hit some restaurants?
They wanted to go to a Broken Yolk. That was pretty good. Had mimosas there.
Nice.
Yeah. My buddy had a fucking mimosa flight, which is 4 little ones.
Oh, but like the taste testing.
He
ones?
was drunk at breakfast.
Did they have different alcohols in them?
Yeah, no, they all had the same, but it was different juices.
Oh, okay.
So it was like one was orange, one was lemonade, one was pomegranate, and one was cranberry, I want to say. Which they were all really good. I tasted them all. And then I just had a regular orange juice one.
Oh, you only had one?
Yeah. I had to drive.
Oh, that's right.
That's why the trains are there, kid.
I don't care. I like the flavor of it. I'm not going to drink it to get drunk. So,
Or El Uber.
yeah, but that costs more.
Yeah.
Yeah, Uber be killing you
Yeah.
over there.
Absolutely. There's actually... I laughed because the place that we first parked at the end of all the parking spots was just this white square in the street. I'm like, that's weird. It's not a parking spot. 5 minutes later, I go out and there's 20 birds. 20 of those scooters in the fucking... in that square.
Show them the picture you took of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Just thrown there?
Yeah, they were all just...
Leaning on each other.
Yeah, leaning on each other and on the ground.
Like all the drunk people that rode them before they parked them back. You know?
Yeah, son. Did you
imagine?
ride those?
Could
No.
you imagine the trouble we
No.
would have got in back in the day had they had birds laying around for us to take? Like we go to L.A. or Pasadena or
Yeah,
wherever.
you know, out here they wouldn't do well.
No, hell no.
It's like there's
It's too hot.
not only that, it's just that there's
It's too far apart.
everything's just like if you're in downtown Palm Springs, you don't need one.
Right.
But to go outside of downtown Palm Springs for a tourist, a bird's not going to get you there. You got to drive somewhere.
Right.
Whereas LA, you could,
2
different-
blocks over. Yeah, everything's there. That makes sense. All right. Totally making sense again.
Broken Yoke, you know they used to have two. Aren't there two out here?
I
Or
know
there used to be.
there's one.
There's one, yeah.
The one in Palm Springs closed down.
Right. It's the one in La Quinta.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't really care for that place.
It was good.
You know who's got
I
really
like
good
it.
breakfast is what was that bear place that was out by your Nana's house?
Black Bear?
Black Bear Diner? Oh,
That
have you
place
ever
is
had
really
breakfast there?
No, is that a franchise?
Bomb, yeah, dude. And they give you like man-sized
Dude,
portions.
yeah.
Cracker Barrel's my spot.
I've still never been to one of those.
Why you looking what?
None?
You know, you got a story about Cracker Barrel?
Yeah.
He's got a story about crackers.
Well, no, I saw on TikTok why it was named or what it was named Cracker Barrel for.
What?
It has something to do with slave times. Because if you look at the, what do you call it?
The logo?
Yeah, the logo. It's a whip, and it was the crack of the whip. And they would, at the end of the day, they would all put their whips in a barrel.
You're kidding me right now. I gotta look that up.
I wouldn't shit you. You're my favorite turd.
Because you mad dark. Anyways.
So did you get to do anything like that you would enjoy? Like, I don't know.
Well, I enjoyed the cosplay thing. That was fun.
Right on.
We went up to his room for a couple hours and drank. That was fun. And then, what else did we do? We went to the USS Midway.
Oh,
that?
nice.
Yeah, that was...
Oh, the ship?
Yeah. I forgot that I'd been there before. But, like, we were, like, halfway through, and I saw something, and I was like, holy shit, I've been here before. I completely forgot. But it was funny because we were top side. So we were on the
very
flight
top.
deck, and there's this tiny gap in like I forgot what the tower, I think is what it's called, where the bridge and all that shit's at.
Right.
There's a tiny gap in there, and through there I saw canvas. So it was like there was a real sailing ship on the other side, and I was like, we got to go to that one. Like, they were all surprised because I saw the little sliver of canvas, and you walk a little farther and you can see the full sail. I was like, holy shit.
What was the one that we went to when we were in? It was in what the fuck is the name of that city?
Hawaii?
No, he didn't go with me there.
Yeah, I didn't get to go to Hawaii.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring up.
I think that one's called the Missouri.
Is that the one that we were at?
USS Missouri is the one in Hawaii.
Oh, what about the one that we went to there in the Hayward? It was on the. God damn it!
You're talking about the sailing ship.
No, it was because it had a flight deck, and we went in, and I was having trouble walking through all the shit because I was a little pudgy.
I don't remember.
It was a USS something, but we went.
All the ones here are going to be the USS something, by the way.
You know, just put it out there.
That doesn't really narrow it down that much. I don't remember.
So what'd you guys do at night?
Slept.
I'm talking like before you went to sleep. Between
We went
dinner,
and watched
after
Snake
dinner,
Eyes.
before sleep. What?
We went and watched the movie Snake Eyes.
Okay.
That was a good movie. TJ was drunk as fuck watching that movie. And he bought a beer at the movie theater.
Well, he's really getting into drinking.
Yeah.
He's a skinny little Christian white boy from Tehachapi. You would
Texas.
never think that you'd see it like straight and narrow, like never cussed, like really
Is
just
that the
kinda-
dude that's in the service?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny because we were walking to Broken Yoke, and he was like, fuck it, the government's paying for my drinking, so I'm going to drink. All right.
Right on.
What else? We went to, have you ever been to Balboa Park? out there?
I don't know. I'd have to see it.
It's a humongous park. Like, you hear Balboa Park and you think it's, a nice grass patch with a kids
Is it
playing
right there next
field.
to the ships?
No.
Okay, then
A
probably
little farther inland. Fuck, now I'm going to try to think of what that ship was called. But we went to Balboa Park, which has, like, natural history museums and, like, art galleries, and there's, like, a fountain there, and there's a botanical building. So we did all that. That was, like, 3 or 4 hours that we were there doing,
Oh, wow.
doing shit. Yeah.
Right on.
Huge park. I was trying to think of what else we did.
It sounded like a good little getaway, though.
It was fun. Yeah, it was a good weekend. I
So
enjoyed it.
San Diego's the place you're thinking about moving to.
Fuck no.
It's not.
No.
Where-
I barely liked visiting San Diego.
Really? The traffic or what?
I just like driving there is weird. It's a lot like fucking, what's that? North Palm Canyon Drive up there in Palm Springs.
Oh, where it's one
'Cause
way?
It's all one ways, yeah.
I'll tell you, the worst place for one ways is fucking San Francisco.
Oh, yeah.
And it's all
You got hit
uphill.
in San Francisco. That was
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. The car, not me. I was fucking weird, huh?
Yeah.
That whole exchange, it was a fucking trip.
So the next question would be, how did you do this weekend, Mr. Lopez, without Junior over
He
here?
didn't do a goddamn thing because the other one was still here.
Yeah.
Whoa, so was that a little bonding time with that one?
No.
That one doesn't believe in bonding time.
You come, hey, you want something to eat? Yeah, what do you want? Blah, 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 blah. All right, cool. So I come back. All right, come on. Oh, no, I'm just going to eat in my room. God damn. Can't even tempt you out of your room with food, dog. Like, what are we going to do, son? We just kicked back, and I had to work, so,
Right.
you know what I mean? Can't go out getting. I thought about going to the casino late last night, but I just couldn't.
Shit, I know you could have called your sister. She would have rolled with you.
Hell yeah, she would have. But I'm cool. I ain't trying to spend no money at the casino, you know what I mean?
Right.
Got to hold on to every penny I can right now. I'm good. You never know. You never know. So I think the last episode we were talking about, you still paying for your children's rent and bills and lifestyle and whatnot, and you were having problems with an apartment. Did you get her squared away for her apartment closer to work?
Dog. We're getting scammed.
Okay, so last time you mentioned, hey, don't say anything else. Don't do anything. I think it might be a scam. What do you mean we're getting? What happened?
Okay. I haven't been in the rental apartment seeking world in a very long time.
Okay.
So back when we used to do it, you see an ad in the paper. You call the person who's renting the apartment. They meet you there. You check it out. Okay, it's this much. We want this much up front. Security deposit, maybe first month's, and moving date is this. And you if you sign the lease or what have you, and you're good to go.
Right.
So things aren't done like that anymore.
Howard.
Things are done electronically. Everything's electronic.
Oh, they send you DocuSign and you got to sign through all that, and
Pretty much.
or do you even get that far?
No, the first apartment, the place she's in now, which I of course I was involved in because we had to give the money, but I wasn't that involved in the details.
Okay.
So my daughter just, again, if you remember, we were on a time crunch.
Right.
We had
It
like
was
2 days
whirlwind,
to find her a
right.
place. So she was like, I found a place. This is how much it's gonna cost. I gotta send her the money by this time or this date to secure it, and we'll be good to go. Boom, boom, boom. Which we did, and it worked out fine.
Okay.
So now we have to find her a second place because that place is coming up. We were only allowed to be there for a month and a half, and my daughter is on a 3-month contract with the law firm.
Okay.
So at the end of the 3 months, either they're going to tell her we don't want to use you anymore, or we'll hire you full time, or she'll say I don't want to work there no more.
So is it a 3-month contract or is it a probation period?
It's a contract.
Okay.
But I think it's in order to avoid a probationary period.
I got you. Okay.
It's a lot easier to say your contract's up, we don't want to use you.
Right.
Versus
It didn't work out.
Yeah. And then
We're going in a different
explain.
direction.
So in all actuality, we needed a place for 3 months
Okay.
to start. Well, you can't rent an apartment for 3 months. It's got to be like a year lease.
Ooh.
So that's why we're looking at, rent a room, rent sublease something.
Right.
So
Long stay hotels.
Yeah, exactly. So this place again was available for a month and a half. Perfect dates that we needed it for as far as the beginning. But there's actual people renting these 2 rooms. It's a 2-bedroom apartment. I think they're students.
Okay.
They're coming back, or they're coming to rent. They've got it from the middle of August. So my daughter's got to get out.
Oof.
So she's been looking, and a lot of these places, again, she's looking on, message boards, rooms for rent,
Okay.
stuff like that, Facebook, rooms to rent. Well, she doesn't actually talk to anybody. She'll contact them. They'll respond either, it's been rented already, or, I require 6 months, or what have you.
Right.
So this perfect spot that we found had, pictures, the whole 9. So they sent her a contract for the months that we needed, which is we actually set it up for 2 months, I believe, maybe 3. I'm not 100% sure. I don't recall. So she paid him security deposit, which is 1 month's rent, and they're supposed to send a key. They contact her the end of last week, and they say, hey, we're going to need the first month's rent. And so she's like, well, I paid you your security deposit. What are you talking about first month's rent? And they say, well, it's in the contract. We want, you need to pay the security and the first month's rent. So my daughter forwarded me the contract that she signed, and sure enough, it says, security deposit in one section.
Right.
In a couple sections down, it says first month's rent's required before move in. I was like, damn. So in a sense, they want 2 months.
Right.
Up front. And again, I don't remember if that's how things are done. So I tell her, I said, well,
I believe it is, by the way.
okay. So I tell her, I said, so what's going on with, you don't even know where the place is. When she saw pictures, she got the address. It's an apartment building. I told her, so ask them, when can I see the place? Is somebody living in it now? Are they going to move out before I move in? How is this working out? Because we're not really, all we did was give them the money. And she signed the paperwork.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So, so where was I? So
sign the paperwork.
Oh, so they say, well, the apartment's vacant. They said, but we need the money by today. And I was like,
ooh,
this don't sound right.
Red flags all over.
So I'm reading the contract. There's no actual dates on the contract. It just said August to October. So I told my daughter, I said, hey, there's no dates on the moving date. Because I told her she's got to be out of her place on the 13th, which is a Friday.
Right.
I said, so see if you can rent a spot on the 10th. That way you have 3 days to transfer your stuff. Like every night you take something, and then the last night you're at the original place, you could pack everything else, go to work, and then after work, when you're done working, you go to the new spot.
Right.
So she tells me, they said it's fine, whatever days work for me, it works for them. I'm like, that don't sound right. Because stuff like this, it's got to be etched in stone. It's got to be exact.
Right.
So I said, what about the key? Well, they said they're going to send me the key. They're sending me the key. It's supposed to arrive on Saturday. I had it sent to my house in Cathedral City.
Okay.
Because she doesn't trust her apartment in Alhambra.
Right.
So I said, okay, we'll ask them for a tracking number. So she does. They respond. I don't have it right now. I'm at work. So my daughter says, well, okay, I'll tell you what. When you get it, give me the tracking number and I'll send you the rent, the money. So they respond, no, you need to send it sooner than that because I'm working until tomorrow, which is, at this point, this is Thursday. I don't get off of work till tomorrow. So you need to send the money at your nearest break. So I said, you know what? I said, now it's not even, this don't even sound right. So I said, look, just tell them I need the tracking number, I need the key before I give you any more money. I said, and just let them know, if you don't feel comfortable with this, just refund me my money and we'll, I'll thank you for your time and we'll keep it moving. So she said, you sure I should do that? Because I don't want to piss them off. I said, first of all, they want to rent the place. If the place is vacant, they need a renter.
Right.
I said, second of all, and if they're scamming you, or us, I should say, then we're just protecting ourselves from having to give up more money. So she does that. She says, you know what? I'm not giving you any money until I get the key to the place. I don't even know what unit it is. So they respond, okay, that's fine. The key will get there on Saturday. It's unit number 3. And when you get the key, just give us, the first months. We were like, okay, cool. Saturday comes around, no key. Sunday morning comes around, they text her, I need to speak to you. So she texts back. And again, everything's done through text. She doesn't know this person. She's never even spoken to this person.
Holy shit.
So they tell her the key's going to be delayed. They said it's not going to show up till Tuesday. Can you give us the rent? And she said, and she took it upon herself to say, no, I'm not giving you the rent until I get a key and until I actually see the place. So again, if it doesn't work out for you, just refund me my money. But at this point, this is what we're doing. I don't think she's heard back from them. So now the problem is she paid him through Zelle. And from what I understand, if you give somebody money,
It's done deal.
Yes, done deal. You can't get it back. So she contacted the bank, and apparently, from what I'm gathering, possibly because it was something that's done fraudulently, they can work on getting it back.
Okay.
So I got my fingers crossed, because that's almost a G right there.
Holy shit, Tony.
Dog. It's just. And then now I'm talking with my daughter. I'm like, well, how did the first apartment work out? Because it worked out perfectly. And she said, Dad, it worked out. It happened the same way. I saw it on a message board. I contacted her. She sent me a lease. We paid her the month and a half up front, which was like $1,500 between the apartment, parking, internet. We paid her like $1,500 up front, and she gave me a code to a lockbox that the key was in, attached to the fence right next to the front door.
Wow.
And I was like, and you never spoke with her or nothing? She's like, no. So this is exactly how this one's going. Never spoke to him. Everything's just done through text, Facebook messaging, or whatever it is that kids do today.
Holy
dude,
shit.
how do... what do you do in a situation like that? How do you know you ain't getting scammed?
Yeah, that's tough.
Because the owner of the place that she's currently in doesn't live here in California.
Okay.
So, in a case like that, yes. How do you go see the place first? How do you?
Well, but I think that there's a real different. Like, okay, give me the month and a half. Here's the key box number. Or what I'm going to do is you're going to pay me the month and a half. I'm going to give you the number to the lockbox where the key's at. And then that way, once you're paid, you can go in and do whatever it is you need to do. You can move in. Right? This other place was, hey, all right, well, we got the security deposit. Now we need all your money before you move in.
But in a sense, that's what happened with the first one.
Well, no. What I'm saying is the first one said, you're going to pay your month and a half, and I'm going to give you the code to a lockbox. There's no definitive, I have your key. Your key will be there. Here's a tracking number. There's no compliance on the other side. That makes sense?
Totally makes sense. But again, she paid them electronically, the first place.
Right.
And all we got in return was a key to a lockbox 2 hours away.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean,
but that makes sense that the lady doesn't live there. And, like, realistically, I mean, was she the owner of the place?
I would assume so, but at this point in time, I have no idea.
So maybe you need to, find out if are they the apartment manager? Are they the leasing? Are they the management company? Or
no, it has nothing to do with the company. They're not affiliated with the company, their current place or the next place.
Okay, so
it's either their apartment that's under their name and they're subleasing it, or they own the actual apartment itself in this complex.
Okay, so again, if that's the case, they can call the county. You guys can call the county assessors and find out who owns it, because they give you that information.
But here's the thing. Are you supposed to do that with every single place you're trying to get a hold of?
Well, I would do it with everyone that I'm going to send money to, especially after that shit happening.
Oh, I mean, at this point, it's like, I'm not giving you a dime until I go see the place. Because a couple other places, I think I told you before, was one guy asked for $50 to fill out the application fee. And it's like, before he even gave us the address before we even got the address to the place.
Yeah, I think that's kind of normal now because they're afraid of getting scammed on the other way.
Yeah, I totally get it. So, for example, the current place. We did this 2 weeks or at least a week and a half before she actually moved in.
Okay.
Before she was legally allowed to move in, if for lack of a better term,
Right.
Because we signed the contract for this date.
Right.
So she was given the code a week and a half before. That doesn't mean we could have been there a week and a half before. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So again, how does that person not the renter not get scammed by giving us the code a week and a half in advance? So
Maybe she didn't put the key in there until.
But if she don't live here,
Well, right, but she's got to have like an on-site manager or somebody that takes care of, some sort of maintenance or somebody that takes care of the apartments while she's not there. Like one of the people that live in the apartments, it's got to be like the apartment manager.
and here's the funny thing is, in hindsight is always 2020.
Right.
You remember how I was telling you, dude, this spot is perfect. It's right by my son's school.
Right.
It's a studio apartment. She's, furnished. The price was good. She was paying less near USC than Alhambra.
Okay.
So that right there is
A
the
flag
first
in and of
sign.
it-
Yeah, it's like, how are you going to get a spot right next to USC for such a great price? A studio where Alhambra, she's renting a room out of a 2-bedroom apartment.
Well, shit, Tony. The way you make it sound like it's a studio in somebody's backyard.
No, it's an apartment building.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we got the address and everything to it. It's an apartment building, so we were able to look online, look at it. That's how she saw it. She had like a little video tour of it. But this person could have just gotten that from another listing at one point and just put it up as their own.
Why don't you look up the name of the apartment complex? What you got to do is do a reverse search on the address, and it'll show you if it's an apartment complex, what the name of it is or who lives there. Come on, man.
Dog, it ain't my world no more. Let me put it this way.
Bless you.
I lived with my mom and my brother
Right?
in an apartment. Well, we lived in a house, then we moved into an apartment.
Right?
My mom moved out when she got married, when I was 21, 22, as we discussed.
Right.
My brother and I lived there. From that spot, I bought my first house because then I got married.
Right.
So in a sense, I've never even actually went through the rental program myself.
Okay.
So I've never even been involved in any of this.
So, like try to get in English.
Get there.
It used to be that it would be like the first, first, last, and security deposit.
That I remember.
Right. So, for her being the first and a security deposit.
Well, see, the security deposit is 1 month's rent, which they said you could use as your last month's when you decide to move out.
Right.
So now here, and the reason why we have to go through all this is because of this contract that's only good for another month and a half, and we don't know what's going to happen after that. We can't go to a traditional leasing office apartment complex because they all want a minimum of a year lease.
Right.
Well, we only need a spot for 2 months. So that's why she was going through these message boards, finding a room that she could rent for 2 months.
Damn.
So when you go to these message boards, it's like, yeah, I got this room. Here's the address.
At this point, if it were me, I would take the day off and drive out to the apartment complex and.
Well, at this point, no, we're pretty much done. She's like, give me my money back. We're done. Because how do you, A, not have the tracking number? B, if you don't have the tracking number, how do you know it got delayed
till
Tuesday?
Right.
From Saturday.
Well, that's because they didn't send it out.
Yeah, we're getting, and the funny thing is, on Saturday, the plan was when it came to my house, I was going to drive out there just to confirm, all that kind of good stuff. But he never came. Which, honestly, after Thursday's conversation with my daughter, we both agreed this is a scam. It's not going to work out.
I mean, it could be the post office. You know how they are. I'm just kidding.
But again, dude, that's how things are done today.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy, right?
It is. How do you don't meet anybody? It's like when eBay first started and you wanted to buy something off of somebody, you had to go. You never spoke to them. We'll meet up at such and such.
Oh yeah, or Craigslist.
Yeah, I'll pay you. You give me the product.
I was like, and it was really weird, dude. Like you hear people, oh yeah, I went to their house. You went to their fucking house?
You see what I'm saying?
Like, what's wrong with you? Hey, dude, meet me at the Walmart parking lot. I'll be in the back right-hand corner. I'll be driving this. You know what I mean? Gun tucked away in the corner just in case. You know what I mean? Fuck that. If I'm coming to your house and I'm coming with a wad of cash, like that day you sold your guitar, remember?
Oh, yeah.
We rolled up. He sold one of his guitars because he was in jam. And we rolled up and there was like 4 guys.
Yeah.
4 guys in this little car. And I was like, all right, get out. I got you from here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, dude. Like, going to meet somebody to sell your personal shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I wasn't with him, or you know what I mean? Like, what could have happened? Like, it's crazy.
And so let's redo this apartment situation. Would her speaking to the person on the phone would that have changed anything?
I think it may have changed it for you and I, because I think, and nothing against your daughter, don't take it the wrong way, and AP don't take it wrong, but we would kind of know the dance. Even though you've never rented a place, you know the dance, right?
Right.
Like, okay, well, they say this, and then you're like, well, what about this? And it's a back and forth. It's a volley of questions, right? And from there, you kind of figure out, okay, well, is a person bullshitting me? Are they telling me the truth? Like, you ask pointed questions to figure out where you really are. Make sense?
Right.
And you either gain a trust for the person or you don't, and you walk away.
But that could also be all done through text.
No. Absolutely not. Because text is a written word. And text is... The truth of the text is only what somebody reads, not what somebody writes. What I mean by that is I could send you a text and I could not mean it snarky at all. Maybe I was just busy and I responded, but you kind of know my attitude.
Yeah.
You would read it and be like, fuck, what the fuck's wrong with this dude today?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same kind of thing. I think with that kind of text, like, I think it needs to be verbal communication.
Okay. So now let me ask you this. Let's just say it is a scammer that does this. That's what they do. And they answer all the questions correctly. As far as if you and I were doing it, and we felt all our questions were being answered.
Right.
But we still have no idea if they're the actual owner of whatever it is they're advertising.
Right.
And they say, okay, I'll tell you what, give me my security deposit, 1 month's rent. I'm gonna send you the key. And then you say, okay, well, as soon as I get the key, I'll send you your money. Well, I'm in Cat City. It's in LA. Because this is exactly what I thought would have happened on Saturday.
Right.
They would have found a tracking number and tracked it until it said delivered. They would have contacted my daughter as soon as it said delivered and say, okay, you guys got the key. Send me my money.
Right.
Which I told her, if this happens, don't respond right away. You could be in a movie.
Right.
I'm going to drive straight out there. Take me an hour and a half, 2 hours. So we just got to hold on for 2 hours. Let me make sure this key works and there is an actual apartment.
Right.
So, again, I'm going to need a security deposit before I send you anything. Do we say, well, I'm going to need you to send me something before I give you my security deposit? Now we're at a...
You're at an impasse.
Exactly.
I don't know. It's really that's really an awkward situation. Like, do you say, hey, you know what? I've had some bad experiences. Would you mind meeting us at the apartments? And then that way
unfortunately, I don't live there. That's why I'm renting the place. I'm out of state.
Do you have an apartment manager there at the apartment complex? Like, who do I call if there's a problem? Is there somebody on site?
Right.
Maybe that person could be there with me. Would that be okay?
Yeah, I mean, in hindsight, of course, these are, but again, I kind of think because the first spot
Went so easily, yeah.
went as in a perfect world it should. Why wouldn't this one?
Right.
Because I even said, well, was it a different message board that you found in the first place versus this place? She was like, no, exactly the same place. Student, it was like a student message board or something because they want to rent to students in that area.
Man, isn't that shoddy that they go after students?
Isn't that fucked up?
You know what I mean? These guys are barely fucking making it. They're using loan money or dad's money to get an apartment. You know what I mean? Like, but that's still fucked up no matter how you look at it. Like, I mean, you work fucking hard for your money, right? Like,
yeah.
You don't want to just write a check and then get nothing for it.
And the funny thing is, for example, again, this first spot, my daughter went up there. She started work on a Tuesday. She drove up there Monday afternoon. First time going to the apartment. She was going to be there for 12 hours before she had to start work. What if she comes up with all her stuff, luggage, the blow-up mattress, banging on the door. Somebody opens the door and says, "Can I help you?" "Yeah, I'm renting a room here." It's like, this is my spot. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
where are we at? I mean, what do you do?
She's
What's the recourse?
She's staying in the car that night. You got no recourse unless going forward you do it with PayPal. Because with PayPal you could fight it up to 6 months.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because there was Milo wanted something and I got it for him online. And it was about $70, dude. Right? And it was a blanket that he wanted or some bullshit. And so, all right, I'll order it for you. I ordered it. I looked at the website. Yeah, it's still showing processing, dude. I don't know what's going on. And all of a sudden, I went back to the website. The website's fucking no longer up.
No shit.
Yep. I was like, motherfucker.
You see, and there you go. We, as a society now, are trusting so many.
Just because it's on the internet, or just because.
Yeah. I mean, it's like if somebody picks up the phone and calls you and says, "Hey, I got this for sale." I mean, why do we believe something that's on the internet? We don't believe somebody on the phone. If somebody comes knocking at the door trying to sell something, we slam the door.
Well, it's funny that you said that because remember I talked about that guy that worked at the gas company that, hey, I just need I'm trying to get you a discount. So he had gone to my sister-in-law's house, my brother and his wife. She had answered the door while we were there. And you heard her, and I'm just like, hey, dude, let me ask you a question. What the fuck is a 20% discount going to do on a $5.40 bill? You're talking 10 cents. The fuck out of here. I'm not going to give you... Where's your shirt? Where's your name tag? Where's your company truck? The fuck out of here. It's crazy, bro. Like... And I think some people get scammed into doing a job for a scammer, like that guy, because his English was a little rough. Like he may have, and maybe the gas company's really doing it, right?
Yeah.
But they're setting him up for fucking failure. You know what I mean? He's got this big old thick stack of names, and like when I went up to Hayward, and I was looking for a job before I went to Aaron's because I didn't want to go back there. I found this place and they offered you like, oh, come in and we'll set you up where you'll be ready for entrepreneurship. Like you'll have your own business. You can make as much money as you want, blah, blah. Hey, you one of those dudes that walk around fucking Home Depot. Hey, you want to resurface your cabinets? Can I help you find anything? I'm like, dude, I'm out of shape. I don't want to be walking around fucking Home Depot all day. You want me to wear like nice pants and a shirt? I'm gonna look like a fucking Mormon walking around trying to get you to join the cult. Like, let me wear some jeans and a nice shirt and let me get at people. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not comfortable walking around talking to people dressed like this. Like,
right.
I don't like it when people want to. Hey, dude, I'm here and I'm fucking looking for something. Shut up. You know what I mean? Like when you go buy a car, right? There's times where you want to walk, where you want, yes, I need some help, right? or there's times where the guys will come up and they're just up your ass about buying a car, and it turns you off, right?
Yeah, but I mean, you got to be smooth to sell a car,
Right.
to be a car
What are
salesman.
you trying to say? I'm not.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just trying to say the ones that are up your ass but know what they're doing,
Right.
they're
They'll
okay.
get you. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's just that kind of thing, dude. That, and these fucking people, like the same people that call you all the time about your fucking. I remember one call. Hey, I'm calling about your student loans. Oh God, I'm glad you called me. Oh really? Yeah, because I don't have any fucking loans. Can you get me one? Like, what the fuck are you calling me for? What are you talking about? And then click.
So the website that was no longer there, what did you do?
I fought it on Venmo and they gave me my money back.
That was PayPal.
Or I'm sorry, yeah, PayPal. Go through PayPal. Hey, blah blah blah. It was fucking fraud. It's a fraudulent website. Blah blah blah.
Okay.
I made the purchase. Sent them the picture of the receipt and all that bullshit, and they give it back.
Well, I'm hoping that's going to be the same case with Zelle.
Yeah. Now Chase is really good though, dude. I don't know who you guys have.
B of A.
I hate Bank of America.
I do. You know what? I hate them too. I can't stand them.
But
They're everywhere.
yeah,
I mean, they're everywhere.
Right.
And, you know, in all actuality, not that makes that much of a difference anymore because, again, technology,
right.
you don't really need to go hit up an ATM
Right.
as much as, you know, back in my day.
Right.
So, back in my day, they were everywhere, which is why I had them.
Right.
So, now I've just been with them so long, so it doesn't matter.
Stick around.
Yeah.
When I was with Chase, somebody did some fraud bullshit on my account, and they called me right away. Hey, we think there's been some fraud on your account. Go to your nearest. All right, can you verify your info? Fuck no, I can't verify no information over the phone. I said, okay, I understand. Go to your nearest Chase branch. Which one what do you think you'll be going to? I'll tell them I'm going to go to this one. Okay, I'll forward the information to them, and that way they know what you're talking about when you get there.
Oh, wow.
Good luck. Okay, cool. So I drive there. Hey, oh yes, we just got a phone call from fraud prevention. They said this, and this. Yeah, I've never been to that website. I've never bought anything off there. Okay, we'll get it taken care of. The money will be back in your account within the hour. Cool. I had to sign some papers, and I was done.
Yeah, it's just that the first time I ever Zelled somebody some money, I just remember a screen or something popping up that says, you know, if you go through with this, just know you're giving them the money. There's no recourse. I thought that was something that I had read in regards to that, but that can't be the case.
I don't think so. I don't know if it's like that or not. I can't tell you. I don't know.
Yeah. I need to get that money back, kid.
Hell yeah.
Because again, it's like right now it's gone with the wind.
About $1,000 and nothing.
A rack. Dude.
Well, you're taking it pretty good for spending a rack on nothing, though.
You know what it is? I'm the type that I try not to. What's done is done.
Right? It's a lesson learned.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm making the effort to get it back.
Right.
But it is, yes, lesson learned. It's one of those. What am I going to start punching walls? You know how you said in one episode that I don't really come out of pocket.
Right.
You know, it's like what am I going to do?
Right.
Because again, what we got a text thread. That's pretty much it.
Right. Yeah, you got no recourse. What are you gonna do? And you digitally send them the money, so it was there instantly.
Yep. Exactly.
That money gone, pimpin'. Gone.
We'll get it back though.
I hope so, dude. For your sake, I really do.
But again, dude,
that's fucking frustrating.
But now we're looking at Airbnbs, and for the month and a half, 2 months. And here's the thing: the prices on Airbnb make more sense than what we were going to do right next to USC. renting a room from somebody.
Right.
Just about the same amount of money as this apartment, this studio apartment, but it is just a room, not necessarily in a nice area like USC. It's like, okay, well, this makes more sense. Flags should have been going up when all this was just so perfect.
Right. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy.
And then once this contract is up, like I said, if they decide to keep her, and if she decides to stay, then we can do like a year lease. Then we can go to the traditional spot and sign a lease for a year. We could do that.
Right.
But as of right now, I can't sign a lease if she's only going to be there for a month and a half.
God damn. How's she feeling about the job though?
Oh, she likes it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she really likes it.
So chances are she's probably gonna stay, but
Yeah. It's let me put it this way: it's either that or come home. Yeah, she ain't looking to come back here.
right. She got to make that shit work, right?
She realizes, I got to make my move. But
Yeah.
again, if she's going to law school, she's still supposed to be studying for this. So I guess her mom and I are gonna have to have a chat with her. I mean, she's gonna hear this, so she'll know that, hey, what's going on? If they do keep her, it's like, are you still going back to law school? If you stay working like that full time, are you going to be able to study? Because if not, we need to start figuring out what your next move is.
So what would you say if she said, "Nah, I'm just gonna work"?
What do you mean? What would I say? I mean, that's what she wants to do. That's what she wants to do.
I guess my question is why? What do you mean you guys need to talk about it? Like,
Well, because
at one point you said, "Oh, it's her life." Like,
well, because we need to say, if she says yes, I still want to go to law school. It's like, okay, well, is this job going to impede you from being able to study to get into law school?
right?
So, do you? Not that she doesn't need to work, but it's like, okay, what's the priority? School or work? I mean, do you have to quit, come back home to study, to go to school? Because you need, again, law school, you need to take a test to get into law school. So you need to study for that test to get into law school.
Right.
So are you going to be able to do that working a full-time job?
So wait a minute, you have to take a test to go to law school?
Yeah.
And then you have to take a massive test to be at the bar, right?
Correct.
Holy shit.
The test to get into law school is called an LSTAT.
Right. Okay.
So, again, whatever she wants to do, I mean, that's on her. That's her decision to make.
So just asking, I'm not trying to cause any problems. I'm just asking. So if she said, I don't want to go back to law school, I'm just going to go ahead and stay here and work. So do you cut the purse strings then? I'm just
You
looking.
just dying for the day for me to cut the purse strings.
I'm not.
The gravy train fucking makes a complete stop.
I'm fucking jealous. Okay. No. I'm just wondering, like, because at some point it was like, well, as long as they're going to school, then I'll pay for them. I believe is what the conversation was that we had. So I'm just wondering. So, do you stick to your guns? Like, if school's over, then.
Well, if school's over, then yes, it's okay. So what let's figure out what you can afford. Let's figure out where mom and I are going to need to help. But when I say help, it's like you're handling the majority, and we're helping, kind of like fill in the gaps. If that makes sense.
So in other words, you're not going to stop. You're just going to keep doing what you're doing. I mean, let's be honest, right?
Well, you got to remember something too. I mean, she don't have a monthly nut. I mean, what she got? Car insurance, a cell phone, and rent.
Yeah.
That's all she has.
So she should be good.
So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. She pretty much should be good. So, I mean, she got no credit card debt. She got no student loans. What else is there?
Good. Yeah, I mean that would be the time to do it. I guess is what I'm saying. Like, because if you wait too long and she amasses debt, you know what I mean? Which she won't, because you guys have taught her not to.
Yeah, I'm thinking that, yeah. Although the both of them now, majority of their charges on their credit cards,
Yeah.
dog, Uber, Lyft, Uber, Lyft, Uber, and I get it. And the reason I say I get it is because if you're going out partying, we don't want you driving. Period. So, those little $7-10 Uber rides, that adds up. But if that's what it takes, I'll tell you what.
What's the average cost of an Uber?
The average, let's say $12, $15.
How many times a day do they take an Uber?
On the weekends, it's looking like 2 or 3.
So 3 at $15, so that's $45.
Yeah.
What about during the week?
No.
None during the week?
No, they work.
And is it both Friday, Saturday? There's
Yeah,
45?
pretty much. And maybe Sunday, Sunday brunch.
So $150 a week.
Nah, I wouldn't say it was that much. Let's say $100.
We want $100?
Yeah, $100.
It's $400 a month.
Yep.
That's a fucking car payment.
It's also like 10% of a DUI ticket.
Hmm?
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Not to mention the amount of money they spend on alcohol. Woo!
And you know how we roll.
Yeah, you awesome. Woo!
But again, you know what? I'm glad that my wife and I are able to provide this for them.
That's so amazing.
And because once they, they're in their 20s, and it's like, enjoy it and create memories. And because once you start working, you're done.
Yeah.
You know what? You're done.
Memories are a lot different.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and keep that as far in the distance as possible. Again, my daughter's pretty much coming up on that. I mean, you're gonna make different memories,
right?
But it's just not gonna be the same.
Right. No. That's amazing. That's awesome that you're, first of all, that you're willing to do it. You know what I mean? and the fact that you guys are able to do it is awesome. Way awesome.
Daddy break you off for something with this weekend, Seabass?
Should I?
Go ahead.
A little bit.
Oh, nice. Look at that. You see?
Not what you're breaking off for your kids, but
Nowhere near what you got. You know what I mean?
Oh, hey.
I gave him like a gumball and a pocket full of sand just in case. You know what I mean? Nah, dude.
Yep.
I forget. I forgot, like, how we used to do shit when we were, his age. Shit, at our age, fuck, if we left town with $50, we was good. We'd figure it the fuck out.
Yep.
But this cat, I had gone onto the website, to the bank thing to see what's wrong.
Nothing.
Oh, you staring? Oh, I thought maybe it was a lizard was in here.
No,
so I looked
usually
at
he goes to lizard.
I looked at the bank account, and I saw that he only had $50 in his account. And I called him. I said, "Hey, dog, did you really leave for San Diego with only $50?" It was actually under 50 because I got a thing that said, "Hey, your account's under 50."
Right.
Or whatever. All right.
Little alert.
So I called him. I was like, "Hey, dude, you really go to San Diego for like fucking 4 days with less than $50?" "Yeah." "I'm gonna put $100 in your account, dude. Just have a good time." "All right, thanks." Were you surprised by that call?
A little bit.
That was my digital financial hug.
It's more of a financial pat on the back, but
You see, but that's good.
See? You see though? Not happy with it. Not appreciative.
bullshit. Bull fucking shit.
Well, why you
That's not
call it a
even
pat on the
funny.
back?
Because you call it a financial hug. You barely give me IRL hugs.
Still a hug, goddammit.
This motherfucker.
Yeah, but I mean, the kid, like I said, the kid doesn't ask for anything. He doesn't fucking bug about nothing. Like, if I don't go out and get him shoes every once in a while, he'll walk around with the same shoes forever.
Right.
You know what I mean? Luckily, Doc Martens, he probably can. So things will last forever in a day. But yeah, I mean, I remember we used to fucking maybe $40, maybe $50 between us, and we'd fucking bounce out of town. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The good old days.
Rough. That was when, Crazy Horse, 99 cents. Oof. Schlitz Mall Liquor Bull, 99 cents. 8-ball. Boone's Farm, $1.39. Shit. We was good.
Cisco, $1.29.
Oof. How much was Mad Dog back then? What, the same?
Yeah. Ripple.
Ooh. That hurts just saying it.
My wife and I actually discussed this. My son comes back in like 2 weeks.
Already?
He's almost done, yeah.
Wow.
He's almost done. Did I tell you they offered him work?
Really?
Yeah. When he graduates, if he wants to go work for them.
Is he going back to Chicago once he graduates?
He didn't like the position he's in.
Oh, okay.
He felt it was too much minutia, whereas he's a numbers guy.
Right.
So he just wants to deal with numbers and not have to deal with the outside public.
Mm.
And I guess they had him making calls to people who are under their umbrella.
Okay.
And that just wasn't his thing.
It's not his bag.
And that's what they would want him to do.
Oh, well, that means he must have done a good job then, or is doing a good job at it.
Yeah.
Really don't want to keep him on.
Yeah. So he doesn't know if he wants to do that. He's trying to see if he can switch departments.
Okay.
So, but yeah,
Wow.
they offered him a job.
That's awesome. Some good shit, dude.
Some good pay too.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm not gonna put it out there, but yeah.
And your money on top? Holy shit.
No, he definitely gets cut off.
That's fucked up, Tony. Damn. So I had my AC service this weekend. Champion HVAC. Thanks for coming through, guys. And one of our friends came over, he listens to the podcast. And he mentioned about The Lie. That we had talked about
the movie?
We had talked about that movie, and we talked about it last week on Monday, and we just gave a bunch of details because we had Manny had called.
You gave too many details.
What do you mean
I
you?
specifically said you're giving too much.
No, that was the first time.
No.
Last week because we had Manny on the phone.
Okay. I still think you gave away. I still think you could have been a little bit more,
Discreet?
yes.
I think we would just
Indescriptive?
I just think we just put it out there.
Okay.
But anyways, so he said that he was listening. He had to turn it down so that he wouldn't hear us talk about the movie because he didn't have a chance to see it since we said we were going to talk about it today. So hopefully you saw it.
The funny thing is my sister-in-law's, remember I think I told you it was would have been one of my grandmother's birthdays on Friday.
Right.
So we went to dinner at my mom's house, and my brother and sister-in-law were there. And we were chopping it up, and we started talking about that movie. So Sunday afternoon, early evening, she texted me. She's like, what was the name of that movie again? We're going to watch it. And I said, oh, it's The Lie. I said, let me know about the end. And at dinner, I was being discreet about, but I think I was being a little too discreet that there was like such a twist.
Right.
So
you may have given it away inadvertently.
Not giving it away, but made it so they're thinking,
They were
okay, what could be the
watching for
twist?
Right.
What could be the twist? So after they were done watching it, she texted me. She was, I kind of figured it out myself before it actually popped up. So I'm thinking, had I not like pumped it up so much, the ending,
Right.
she probably wouldn't have.
Right.
But she said she liked it.
Yeah, it's a good movie, and there's good people in there.
And the funny thing is, when she asked me what it was called, I totally forgot. So I looked it up.
That's funny.
And dude, you know that movie came out in 2018?
Really?
Yeah. That's 3 years old already.
Holy shit. So there's another show, a show that I want you to watch. Okay. And it's about 5 friends. Okay. And I've seen it before. It's a series. It's a one season series. And it's really good. Okay. And I watched it and I was like, holy shit, that's me, Manny, Tony, and Maurice. These are guys that we went to school with, graduated high school with, our little group of friends that hung out. Dude, I'm going to let you watch it, and it's called Mad Dog, and it's on Prime Video or whatever it's called. Have you seen it before?
No.
Because you had this look like, wait a minute.
For some reason, don't ask me why. I'm thinking Kelly Ripa's husband.
No.
Okay.
No. So it's called Mad Dog, and it's kind of funny because I see us in it. Like, but again, I'm gonna let you watch it and see the characters, and you next time around you tell us who you think is who.
Mad Dog.
Yeah, Mad Dog.
Okay.
But it could also be that group of friends that you partied with last time, because the main character in that movie, or the thing that it circles around, the guy that it circles around looks just like Raul Rodriguez. Dead on, bro. But it's the guy from The Mummy, the one that plays the Mummy. Did you ever see that?
Isn't he like he's like an Egyptian dude or something? Is he
Yeah.
bald-head? Okay.
Yeah. But anyways, it's a great show, dude. And I think that a lot of the things that happen in that show are kind of how we would react to certain things. Yeah. And I see it and I'm like, fuck, that was Tony. Well, that's totally fucking Manny.
You know, speaking of the old group that I used to party with, that I partied with a couple weekends ago.
Yeah.
My buddy Rick, he actually filled me in a little bit more on our caper to Indio High School.
Oh, yeah?
And as he put it, I gave you the Cliff Notes. So he sent this long text. So there was actually 5 of us.
Okay.
Okay, it was me, James, Rick, Choo Choo, and Lil C.
Okay.
Now Choo Choo is the one that had his name on the little scraps of paper.
Okay.
I thought there was 5 of us, but I couldn't remember, and Lil C was the 5th person.
Okay.
So I'm not going to take credit for this, because when he told me how elaborate this was, I don't think I would have thought about this. Okay. Because he actually said we ditched after second period, because the second period is where they take roll call. I'm like, oh, wow, that makes sense.
Okay.
So nobody would have called our house.
All right.
And we went to Indio and to the high school, and we were walking around. And the 3 of them, it was Rick, Choo Choo, and Lil C, they got caught by security. And James and I didn't. I don't know why. I don't know if we got split up or what have you. So we saw that they got caught, apparently. So what we did was James and I wrote a note and left it on Rick's windshield. Says we're taking the Sun Bus back to Palm Springs.
Okay.
That's why they were looking
for you,
looking for the Sun Bus. So he was telling us that when they were in the principal's office in Indio,
yeah,
they were asking him all kinds of questions. And they made them empty out their pockets to see if they had drugs or weapons.
Shit.
He said Choo Choo opened up his in his pockets. In one pocket he had a big old bottle of cologne, because he would just squirt himself all the time.
Right.
And then in the other pocket were all these scraps of paper. And then again, they gave their government names when they first got in trouble.
Right.
You know, I'm Rick Henson. I'm, what were the other names? Clifford Ragmore. and Rockmore and I'm Charles Walker, right?
Right.
So then when they pulled out the scraps of paper, they're like, "What is this?" And it said Choo Choo with a phone number. And it was like, "Well, who's Choo Choo?" He said, "Oh, that's me." You know, that's when
Charles.
was yeah, that's me. I'm Choo Choo. That's my name. And then on the back, it said Little C with his phone number. So the little scraps were playing double duty. They said, "Well, then who's Little C?" And it was like Clifford said, "Well, that's me. That's my nickname." And for whatever reason, let me see if he actually wrote.
Rick didn't have no papers.
Nah. I don't know. I guess maybe they were just let go. He didn't say how they got out of it. So yeah. But when he said we went after second period because that's when they took roll call, I was like, man, that was kind of smooth of us. We,
Right.
you know, that was
And when
smart.
they had nothing to do with you. Don't even try to act like you had anything to do with that shit. Because by your surprise, you're like, oh, shit. Oh, okay. You know what's funny? At your school, at your high school, did they take roll call every class?
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
They took roll call in every one of our classes. And I'll tell you why. I remember one of our classes, it was like in the afternoon. I believe the name was Marie Gross. Her last name was Gross.
Okay.
And the running joke was if she wasn't there, the teacher would say, "Is Marie Gross?" And people, you know, dudes would shout out, "I don't know, is she?" You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it was like that wasn't second period. I know that for a fact. So they had to have taken roll call in every class of ours.
Right.
But maybe it just didn't matter.
Right. Maybe they just use second period as the.
Yeah.
All right. If they're not in second period, they didn't
Right.
come in. Right. Okay. I never.
I don't even remember that.
I don't think I ever would have put that together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I always answered the phone when I got home anyway. So like, wrong number. There's that movie. And
Okay, well, hold on. Speaking of movies.
okay.
A couple episodes ago, I was talking about that at Zola, about those strippers.
Yes.
I watched that movie this weekend.
Okay.
And it turns out our buddy Ivan watched it too because he texted me today saying that he watched it. Don't waste your time.
That bad, huh?
It's not that it's bad. Well, let me put it this way, because he said he thought the movie was good.
Okay.
And I asked him, I said, "Did you read the text thread, the Twitter thread though?" He said no. So I forwarded him the link to it. And I said, "Dude, it takes you 10 minutes to read it." And he got back to me half an hour later. He goes, hey, he was dying laughing. He goes, "I can't believe that Twitter thread." I said, "Yeah, dude, the Twitter thread is so much better than the actual movie because they had to take so much out of it just to make the movie."
Oh, wow.
So I recommend just read the Twitter thread.
Okay.
At Zola, Twitter thread. And I'm telling you, dude, you're going to cry laughing so hard.
I don't know. You tell big tales.
Dude, hey, the lie. The Twitter. Let me put it this way: the Twitter thread is about as good as the lie is a movie.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's a big
At
some
Zola.
big shoes. At
Telling
Zola.
you.
At Zola. Twitter feed. So yeah, I spent a lot of time watching fucking TV. I realized a lot of fucking movies and shit.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Hmm.
Remember how I told you that I'm the type that if we're doing stuff so much that I need a break. I need to stop. I need to shut down.
Right.
I'm doing too much. If like my weekends are packed,
Right.
I'm doing too much. I gotta stay home. I gotta recharge. I gotta shut down. My wife let me shut down this weekend.
Really?
Oh, and I love her for it. Sunday, I got out of bed for breakfast and dinner.
And that was it.
And that was it. She got me for breakfast. After breakfast, went back to bed. Stayed in bed all day. I binge watched Superman and Lois. I watched, what else did I watch? I watched a show called Black Monday.
Black Monday, what's that about?
It's on Showtime with Don Cheadle.
Oh.
It's about Wall Street on a certain Monday when it crashed.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's a comedy. This season's not that great, to be honest with you. But dude, I'm telling you, I was in bed the entire day, and she did not mess with me once. She stayed in bed with me for a little while, and then she started doing laundry. She went in the pool for a little while. I kind of felt bad. I was actually going to jump in the pool with her, but she was out there for so long. That's why I was about to jump. I was about to get my swimsuit on.
Right.
But then she came inside, and she was like, yeah, I'm done. It started to sprinkle a little bit, she
Oh.
said. But, dude, I was in bed all day long. I was in bed so long, my back started hurting. But, dude, I needed it so bad. I can't even explain.
That was like yesterday, too. Like, I got up. Normally, I'll set the alarm to get up early or like regular time on a weekend, right? But I didn't turn it on. I got up at 10. I got out of bed. And on the shed, one of the doors had fallen off. So I went and I bought hinges, put new hinges on, did all that shit. Fucked around trying to get the pool working. And then I went back inside and started doing a little bit of laundry, and I sat down, dude. By like 2 o'clock, I sat down, started watching a little TV. I was done. Didn't get up again and do nothing. I was like, I'm good.
Yep.
I don't need to do nothing else. I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, but that's how I fall behind with shit, though. You know what I mean? Like, trying to keep up with everything and doing this. And my problem is, and my brother told me this one time, and it fucking stuck with me, but it doesn't always hit me. He said, dude, you got too much shit going on. He said, you try to do too much shit at once and you don't finish anything.
Right.
I was like, yeah, you're right. He said, you got to focus on one thing, get that shit done, and then move on to something else. He said, because if not, you could be chasing your tail forever. And I forget that sometimes.
Yeah.
So I end up chasing my tail all the fucking time. Or I just say, fuck it, I can't catch it. So I just sit down and be like, fuck it, I'm done.
Yeah, dude. And last weekend, we weren't supposed to do anything.
Okay.
But then I wound up going to that party. So again, it's one of those things that like all day Saturday, in the back of my head, I got something to do Saturday night. So like it kind of, I mean, of course it's a great thing I'm going to,
Right.
but it's still in the back of my head. There's something I got to do.
Oh, I got to get this done before I go
stuff
there.
like that. So last weekend was the weekend we were supposed to do nothing. Because, again, she knows I need to shut down.
Right.
And so she's like, okay, next weekend, we're not going to plan anything. Such and such, such and such. Then Friday was my grandmother's birthday. So
Right.
she's like, oh, we made plans to go to your mom's for dinner. And then we had something to do afterwards. And I was like, so Saturday, I had paperwork to do all day. I had to catch up on some, just business stuff on the laptop.
Right.
And then, but Sunday, dude, I'm telling you, oh my goodness.
Just done.
It was great though.
Is the chlorine thing back in business for the pool
Hell
people yet?
no. It's getting better.
I was gonna say because I checked on it today. They said that it was supposed to have been up and running. The thing back in Biloxi or wherever the fuck it was.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
I'm not following it that closely. But our local distributors, the different locations and different companies, they are. If one company doesn't get a shipment in a day, a different one does.
So you play cat and mouse all day long.
Yeah, so you calling all out here. Our local stores is 3 of them.
Okay.
So every morning I'm contacting all 3 of them.
Jeez.
And one will say, yeah, we'll get a delivery, let's say by 8 o'clock. We'll start selling it. But the thing is, you're waiting in line an hour.
Holy shit.
Because everybody's going to that store at the same time.
Right, because everybody needs it, right?
Oh, dude, yeah.
Yeah, I had to order. I ordered some online. Holy shit. A little expensive, but it is what it is. Got to get it, right?
Yeah.
Got to have it.
It's tough.
So.
But again, it's getting, I wouldn't even say it's getting better, but at least
it's more consistent.
there's a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel.
Good. Yeah, I was getting stressed out. I was like, holy shit, how am I going to keep up with all this shit? But we're good. We're good heading out.
It's funny because when the rumor that we were going to start getting behind started to happen,
Yeah.
I spoke to like the managers of these distribution centers, and they were saying, no, we're not going to completely run out. We'll never completely run out. Although they did, but it's one of those things that you still had enough to cover you for a couple of days.
I got you.
So it was like, we might not have all the different types of chlorine, whether it's tablets, granular, liquid, but we'll be okay. It reminded me of when the pandemic hit. After the fact,
Right.
that when the pandemic hit, they said, "Don't worry, we will not run out of food." So you thought, okay, you're cool because we'll still have food.
Right.
What they didn't tell you was what kind of food
We're gonna
have. Canned beans and this and that. Not the stuff you're used to,
Right.
but at least there was food.
Right.
There was something on the shelves.
Oh, but you know what? The toilet paper is gonna be gone. People will be able to wipe their ass.
But you'll
Even
have
they-
paper.
Right.
Some sort of. You might have to use paper towels.
Right. Wax paper.
Yeah, but we'll have something for you to clean yourselves with.
Fuck, that whole shit was crazy, dude. And what are we, 2 years in now?
Is it 2 years already?
Well, yeah, end of 19, right? So 20, we're coming up on a year and a half.
But that toilet paper, dude, fiasco was just
Bonkers.
dog. Did I tell you what my old lady did?
Uh-huh.
She gonna get mad. I'm saying this. She went to Smart and Final, and she saw that they had rolls of paper, so she bought some. Right? She bought a box of it because it's Smart and Final. It's almost like Costco where you're buying it in bulk.
Right.
So she's like, I got toilet paper. She brought it home. And I was like, what is this? And she's like, what? It's paper. It's rolled paper. Because it's got the little picture of it.
Right.
Like a hand-drawn picture, not like a actual picture of the product, but like more of a hand-drawn picture.
Right.
And I'm looking at it, and I'm reading it, and I'm like, I don't think this is toilet paper. And so I opened it up, and I pulled it out, and dog, it was like if you go to a barbecue restaurant, and they got like...
Oh, the brown papers.
No. It's on a roll, but it's like you tear as much off as you need.
Right.
And it's so it looks like a paper towel roll, but it's much bigger, fatter. And it's not, what do they call it with the dots and shit? Perforated. So you just kind of roll it down to, as much as you need. And it's like really hard. I'm like, this ain't toilet paper. She's like, well, I thought it was. Like, we ain't never going to have no use for this.
So you made her take it back?
No. I think we still have it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't recall.
So you have a box of,
Yeah.
like, paper towelish papers.
Yeah. I mean, of course, we'll use it for something.
But you put it out when you have parties.
Yeah, I mean, again, we'll use it for something. But it wasn't toilet paper and it wasn't paper towels. It was.
You could have used it as toilet paper.
Yeah, that's true.
Bougie ass Tony.
Wet it, soak it in some water and it'll soften up.
I tell you what, there's two things. My ex-wife she was cheap sometimes, boy. Look, there's two things I don't fucking skimp on. Toilet paper and shoes. Those are the two most important parts of your body, right?
Yeah.
Because you got to sit down. You don't want your ass all
So
fucked up.
she would skip on the toilet paper?
She would buy like that.
Single ply? Don't tell me the single ply.
Dude, her mom and her dad, like, they were well off, right? They were on the higher end of middle class, right? And they would buy the cheapest fucking... I would take my own toilet paper when I'd go to their house. Because they bought that really cheap, thin shit. Like, no matter where you put your hand, your finger was going through. You were taking a dip one way or another. You know what I mean? Right?
Sometimes they still buy that kind of toilet paper.
Do they really?
Sometimes.
Man, nope. We're buying the good shit. They're nice and fluffy and soft on my tushy. That's what I want.
That's the stuff you find at the retail stores. JCPenney had that single ply.
Ugh. Or Smart and fucking Final, right?
Yeah.
Nope. And then we had this dude that he was the apartment complex manager. He used to work at the stadium that they had, the arena. And, he was the mascot for the hockey team, which was the Condors. So he would come back to the apartment with these big ass, the big ass rolls of toilet paper.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I'm like, bro,
yeah.
where the fuck you gonna hang that, fool? He said, "No matter, dude. I'll just set it next to the toilet paper, like next to the toilet. Like I'm good for the next year, dude." And like, holy shit, bro, things are not that tight, bro. Relax. But yeah, people be doing. And now the whole thing is like there's a TikTok about it where this guy's kind of arguing with himself, like he's two different people about getting the shot. Well, yeah, you should get the shot. But yeah, but didn't you take the shot? Yeah, I have the shot, but if you don't take the shot, you could get me sick. So yeah, but so you have the shot and you could still get sick? Yeah. So why should I take the shot? Because if I take the shot, I could still get sick, right? Yeah. So why take the shot? It's just kind of, all this.
So, okay, obviously you haven't taken the shot.
No.
Okay. Question. I read an article where bride and groom, they were getting married.
Okay.
And it was an article written by one of their family members that was a guest that could not attend the wedding. Because the bride, she's a family member of the bride.
Okay.
The bride required everyone to be vaccinated in order to attend the wedding. Now, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I hope you had a nice wedding.
So you don't have a problem with her requiring that to attend her wedding?
Oh, no, but doesn't mean I'm going to go.
Yeah, I get that too.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally agree.
Might not send a gift either.
True that.
Right?
Yep.
Why I don't need to get a shot.
So now let me ask you this. If you are on some sort of public assistance.
Yeah.
And now the government says in order for you to continue to be on public assistance, money that we give you, you have to get shot. Your thoughts? Because, okay, now you're not on public assistance, so we can't make you get the shot. And when I say me, it's just, But how about people that the government is paying for, giving free money to?
Yes.
Yes.
I think they should. I think it's fine. I think if you're on public assistance.
And the government saying, or would say, because obviously this hasn't happened, but it's just something I thought of. If they're saying, you know what, we're not telling you have to get the shot, but we'll just have to stop paying you.
Right.
If you choose not to.
Absolutely.
Wow. I didn't think you'd take that.
Because I tell you what else they should do is if you're on public assistance, you should also be on birth control.
Okay.
How do you feel about that? Because, come on. We all know stories. We all know, she just had another baby because she needed a raise. It's fucked up. But it's true, right?
I've never heard
I can get $1,100 for another baby? Shit, we going right now. You ain't never had no tax, baby? Milo, my tax, baby. Be like, hey, we need another. Come on, let's go. It's not true, Milo. I love you. Yeah, you agree with that?
It makes sense. Yes. I will agree with it. Initially, yes. I'm not saying that I have to think about it. It makes total sense. I get it.
Right.
But just because you're hitting me with it, I'll say yes off the bat.
Because you have nowhere, you haven't processed it enough to fight it.
Yeah.
All right. Because I
get it. Hey, government's giving you money to support what you have now, and you just want to add to that. No,
right.
Come on, let's be real.
And it's coming out of our pocket, right?
Yeah.
Because we're putting in on it. So at that point, do we get a decision on how to raise a child? Like, where does it end, though? Like, let's say, so we're telling you that if you want public assistance, that you have to be on birth control, right?
Okay.
But let's say people fight, blah, 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 it's uncomfortable, blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. Have babies. But you're gonna have to drug test for the money, which I think they should.
Yeah, but that also makes sense.
And more before than now, because it's legal, right? Because at some point back in our day when you had to take a drug test to get a job. Jobs don't drug test anymore, do they?
I don't think so.
The last 2 jobs that I've been at did not drug test.
No, I don't think they do.
I mean, I would have passed, but I'd have passed like as a no thank you. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Did your job, did they drug test you when you first got hired?
Nope.
I heard a comedian once say that he was going for a job. I think he was going to try and be a dealer at a casino. He just got high all the time.
Right.
But I guess that was a no-no. I mean, of course, a decade or 2 ago. And somebody had told him that they'll pull hair off, they'll take your hair sample.
Right.
And do the drug test off of that.
So he shaved his head?
Shaved his head, shaved his eyebrows.
Wow.
And they said, okay, we're going to do a drug test now. And the dude was like, cool. They pulled hairs off his arms.
That's fucked up. In 97, I went for a job at, I think it was when they first built the casino downtown Palm Springs.
Okay.
And I think that's where it was at. And I had applied, but I'd smoked out like the day or whatever before. I took a drug test. I thought I drank enough water and did all the... Nope. Sent me out a letter. Sorry, sir. We are a drug-free company. And now, after all these years, like they ask, have you ever applied, blah, blah, blah. Being honest, yes. Failed a drug test in 1997. Living a drug-free life, whatever, right? Motherfuckers, right away, kick it out.
Really?
From 1997, bro.
It's probably because they can't, they're going by on your honor type deal. Because they probably don't have records of it.
Right, but I'm telling them, you know what? Back in 97, I applied. So I should have lied? Is that what you're saying? That's the honorable thing to do? That's some bullshit. That's backwards.
It is. It is backwards, yes. But why tarnish your record for something that can't be proven? That's all.
You think I could get away with it now? Apply and put no.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Because again, it's now with technology, everything's recorded.
Right.
Anything that happens to you. Back then, it was on your honor system.
Fuck.
It's just like you ever.
It's too honest.
Speaking of that, did we talk about the? When I used to rent cars. So this company will come in with these box of chocolates. Assorted chocolates, assorted candies, chips, like a cardboard box.
Right.
But at the top of it, in the center, was a little slot. And it said, each product, whether it was a Snickers or a bag of chips, whatever, cookies, was $1. But it was on your honor system. And I remember this dude came walking in, trying to say, hey, we're not going to charge you to keep it here. We'll just keep it here. And I was like, nope, get it out of here. And they're like, no, there's no cost to you. If it comes up short, we won't bill you for it or anything. I was like, I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to come up short. You don't know the people that work here. They're just going to come and take it. And they're like, no. So first month, they because they come back once a month to check it, restock it.
Right.
Gives me a piece of paper. With what was taken, what was left over compared to what was taken, should have been this much money in the till, and it was only this much, so it was short this much. And I was like, so what is this? He goes, oh, we're just letting you know that this is how much it was short. And I was like, but if you're not counting it, I don't get it. Why you? Oh, well, it's just something we do. What happens the next month? Same thing. It was short this much. I'm like, dude, I already told you, take it away. It's
never going to be right.
You're lucky you're getting what you're getting. And that's probably from the people that work on the inside, renting the cars.
Wow.
And what happened the third month? He just came and picked it up. I said, I told you.
Said, I'm losing my ass here.
Dude, on your honor system. Come on, man.
That's foul. Yeah, but you got people that are working their ass off. They're making minimum wage or whatever, right?
Yeah.
What are you
get
gonna,
it.
What are you gonna do? Holy shit! They had one of those at the bank that I worked at too. But we're not gonna get into any of that. You know what I mean? Huh?
Something happened?
No, I'm just. I was back when I was 15, 16. Sometimes I didn't have any money.
Oh, I would at least pay, kid. Come on.
Well, I'd try. Like I'd put in a couple extra bucks on payday. You know what I mean, just to cover myself. But I don't know if I was ever.
You know, the funny thing is,
I ever caught up or not.
what cracked me up the most was when he would write down, because I still remember this, like change, like 73 cents. People throwing in pennies, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
make it look like they was putting money
like,
in.
You know, okay, I'll give you a couple of cents.
Holy shit! How janky is that? Do people still tip at your job?
If they do, I don't see it.
You don't get any
They
of
do
it?
it at the I get it, but they can't. Well, they can do it where they come get their food, but there's boxes over at the cash registers where they go do it. So that's why I don't physically see it.
Oh, okay. You're on the honor system too, then.
Do you guys pull your tips?
Yeah.
And do they give them to you cash or is it part of your
No,
check?
it's part of your check.
Oh, wow.
So who gets the
I'd
cash?
much rather get it when it was on cash. It goes into the till. I'm pretty sure.
In the cash register?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that ain't right.
Or
Yeah.
in the cash count at the end of the night.
That's got to be. I wonder how they figure that out or how they add that in.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know because I don't know how any of that works.
I got it. I see it. So, remember I was talking to you about a Hawks and what was it?
I think you mean Ajax.
Oliva Palma or whatever it was.
Palmolive.
Yeah, Palmolive. So that was this other one. So I'm at work and I work with a couple of Hispanic people, put it that way. And they were talking and they said, hey, man, do you remember when you were a kid and you'd get chocomil? Like chocomil? And I remember getting I remember there being something called chocomil. But it's not. That's not what it is.
Am I correct when Choco Meal was like more? It was they were pushing the vitamin side of it.
It was like right between Nestle's and Ovaltine. Remember Ovaltine?
Maybe Ovaltine is the one I'm thinking about, where it was like a chocolatey, but it was more. They're saying, "Oh, it's good, better for you because it's got vitamins."
Correct.
Ovaltine, okay.
So Chocomil was the Mexican version of Nestle Quick, but it was Choco, CHOCO, milk, MILK, but they didn't pronounce the K. It was Chocomil. Oh, yeah, I remember my mom would make me chocomil and she would put an egg and she would put this and ice cream and a banana in it. Sometimes I'm like, chocomil? What are you talking about? I mean, dude, pull it up on Google. Let me see what it is. I don't remember it. And it had like a little Mexican Pancho something was the mascot as opposed to. So I was talking to my friend about it. Did I work there? It was like, chocomil. I said, are you trying to say chocolate milk? He was like, well, yeah, I remember it was in that brown can. It was brown and yellow. And I said, the one with the rabbit on it, Nestle, chocolate milk? He said, yeah, sometimes it came in a strawberry. Oh, fuck. It's like, where am I? I'm lost in a fucking time machine right now.
Today, while I was working, there was a Spanish guy taking measurements of a large cushion.
Okay.
Almost the size of a mattress.
Okay.
Or like an outdoor area where you lay on.
Oh, okay.
Some guests had ruined it. They cigarette burns in it and stuff. So he asked me for a tape measure because he had to call it in to the guy that was going to make him another one.
Okay.
You know, it's like a pillowcase, a gigantic pillowcase, if you will.
Right.
So he's asking me, he's like, how should I tell him the measurements? Because dude was straight Spanish. So I said, okay, well, length, measure one side, then the width, measure the other side. I said, and then the height, it was probably, let's say, 4 to 6 inches tall.
Right.
He's like, oh, okay, that's good. I was like, well, it's not that it's good. I mean, that's those are the measurements he's gonna need. So he gave them to him. I said, hey man, because there was a long zipper on the side, so they could put the cushion inside of it.
Right.
I said, hey, don't forget to tell him that zipper is on the shorter length of the two, of the length and the width. Whichever one you label it is just a shorter one.
Right.
So the zipper's not as long as the long side. So I heard him on the phone. Yeah, the zipper has two zippers on it because there was two actual. I don't know what part it's called.
The head, like the head or whatever it is, right?
The little where you grab it with your finger.
Yeah.
There's actually two of them, so you can meet them at the middle, make it easier to close up. So he's like, and the dude, I could hear it because he was on speakerphone. The guy was like, "What?" He goes, "The zipper." It's like, I don't understand what you're saying. He goes, there's two zippers. And the dude's like, I don't know what you're saying. And I yelled out across, because I was on one side of the yard, not too far away, but I was like, tell him it's zipper with a Z. And the dude looks at me crazy. He's like, that's what I'm telling him. And so the guy was like, just send me a picture of what you're talking about. So he goes, okay. And so he tells me, he goes, am I not saying it right? I said, no, you're not. He goes, isn't it a zipper? I said, dog, zipper with a Z, Zed, como Zorro. He goes, I know, that's what I'm saying, zipper. I'm like, nah, man, you need to pronounce that Z a little bit better.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're trying to say sip, like you're trying to sip coffee. And he's still dumbfounded. He doesn't know what I'm saying.
Fucking
But
Tony.
it was funny, dude. He was like, zipper?
El zipper. Fuck. I thought my days were bad. Jesus criminy. I have one guy that comes in and he'll make his payment. There's something wrong with him. He'll come in and make his payment and he walks out. And he'll walk out the door and he turns left and he makes it just past the front window. And you can sit there, you can count till about 5. And he comes back in the view of the window and he comes back in. And he'll ask you a question. So you're try to be patient with it. Oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. Answer the question. Blah. And then he leaves. And he'll walk past the window. 15 minutes later, he comes back.
Oh, yeah, he's got problems.
And he asks you the same question again. And now he's got to, write it down. I'm like, well, I don't know how to write it in Spanish. It's okay. Write it down. And he just waves his hand like that, like, yeah, go ahead. Okay. So try writing it down for, okay. All right, well, thank you. Okay. All right, man, thank you. Appreciate it. We'll see you, bro. 20 minutes later, bro, comes back. So, what'd you write? Holy shit, bro.
Is he old? Older?
He's probably about our age.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's an older, older cat, I guess, but it takes everything I have, bro. And especially when it's because I'm telling you, when I go in the morning, I can speak Spanish really well. But by the end of the day, if it's been busy, 4 o'clock, I'm done, dude. My mental gymnastic mind is fucking gone. Because it's translating all day long and then spitting back out in English or in Spanish or whatever, you know what I mean? And so by that point, anything like 4:30, I'm done.
Do you immediately speak Spanish to everyone that walks in?
Unless they look really white or they're younger.
And would it not benefit you to speak to them in English first? Are you a believer in you should learn the language in the country you're living in?
Yes.
So by you automatically speaking to them in Spanish, aren't you giving them a pass?
Well, that's what our company asked us to do.
To give them that pass?
Well, that's why we were hired, because we speak Spanish.
Okay.
It was more based in that. Now they're going more towards speak to them in their language. You can speak English first when they come in. But
I totally agree with speaking in their language.
Right.
And I understand that the assumption is even by looking at them, they're not going to speak English.
Right.
However,
well, but that's a double-edged sword, because I remember growing up, especially living here and then being born in the U.S., we used to get treated like shit for it. Somebody would come in and you would speak to them in Spanish. Like, what do you think? I'm stupid? I can't speak English?
Right. Yeah.
Oh, well, no, I'm just, you know what I mean? Like, you look Mexican. I figured that was, hey, how's it going? You know what I mean? It's not so much there. They kind of appreciate it a little bit. But like I said, sometimes, like after 4:30, some of the people try to speak English to me because my Spanish is fucked, and you could see it on their face, bro. Like really, like when I'm trying to speak it and it's coming out all, their faces like they're in pain trying to hear me and figure out what the fuck I'm saying. So they kind of try to speak to me in English as well. So it's just kind of, it's one of those things. And now they're converting, and they're going more towards, all right, you can speak English to them when they come in. If they speak Spanish, then speak to them in Spanish.
Right.
But
I mean, I think that's the way it should be. And nothing against the fact that they can speak Spanish, but speak to them in English first, for them to say, yeah, I really should start learning the language that I've been living here for so long.
Right, because then it becomes a crutch.
Right, exactly. I mean? Yeah.
So I totally agree with that. But I think it's a respect thing. That's what we were always taught. Hey, if you introduce yourself to somebody, or you're somewhere and they speak to you in Spanish, you speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Especially if they're older than you. That's what you start off with, and let them tell you, or let them speak back to you in English. But sometimes people are still nasty to you when you try to speak Spanish to them, or you're speaking to them in Spanish and it's not proper, it's not right. You know what I mean? Like, they give you shit for it. Well, we can go to English, bro. Like, I know that shit like the back of my hand. We can get down.
When I'm doing it, I tell them, look, my Spanish is very poor, but I'll make the effort. So, however you want to handle it.
Yeah. Whichever's better for you, buddy.
Yeah.
And it's tough, dude. Like I hate it when I go out of my way and we're speaking Spanish to them and they're rude, or they act like you're doing them a disservice speaking to them, or like you're doing something wrong. I'm like, hey, dude, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you know what? I speak Spanish, but that's not the country's language. Like, when I go to Mexico, I would speak Spanish. I wouldn't speak English to everybody.
Yeah, it's like if I went to
one of the 1,000 countries that you've been to. How many languages do you speak, by the way?
If I went to France,
right?
Wouldn't it be obnoxious of me to just assume everyone that I spoke to should speak English?
Yeah, absolutely.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. I wouldn't go.
I would appreciate if they did speak English so I can understand what it is that they're saying.
But I'm going to try to talk to them in their language first.
But, well, if I lived there, if I went there to live, I would think that I'd make every effort to learn the language.
Yeah, Rosetta Stone, all of them, right? Trying to learn. I don't understand why people don't think that way. Like, that would be like, dude, how scary does it have to be to cross the fucking desert with a gallon or so of water? You know what I mean? Cross a raging fucking river.
Mm-hmm.
And try to climb a fence or under a fence and maybe get shot at while you're in the process. You know what I mean? I don't know what happens at the border, so I'm just saying. But like, and then you spend all this money to get here just to get caught and sent back, right?
Right.
So that's a large process. But wouldn't you want to set yourself up for success doing that by learning the language, or learning at least the basics of the language, so when you got here, you're a little bit more prepared? I guess would be the right way to say it.
Yeah, I mean, yes. And if you were not even able to do that when you got here, let's start making the effort to to figure it out.
Absolutely. I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. Sebastian, you need to learn how to speak English. You've been here long enough.
No say.
Any final words, Sebastian?
No, I'm good.
No San Diego shout-outs? No nothing?
Fucking mint. That's it.
Fucking mint. Tony, any shout-outs?
Yeah. My wife left me this evening.
She left you this evening?
Yeah. So I'm going home to an empty house for the night.
Well, you're the one that wanted to be, leave me alone. I'm going to be in bed all fucking day. Okay, fuck it.
She went to my nephew's. Remember I said last week he's graduating tomorrow.
Oh, that's
tomorrow.
right. And you couldn't go, right?
Yeah, so she went. They left around 5 o'clock this evening.
Right on.
So
what are you going to do?
I'll be honest with you. Hopefully I'll be able to fall asleep. Because I told you.
Oh, you can't when she's not there, right?
So
you need to get you a body pillow that and spray it with
trust
her
me,
perfume.
I put her pillow like long wise. So
That's still nothing, huh?
nothing. But this will be the cleanest the bed has ever been, because it's gonna be my side. It's gonna be messed up. I'm barely gonna move the covers over. You slip right in. Boom.
Oh, so she's gone for the night.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
The graduation ceremony is like at 8 a.m. tomorrow in L.A.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So by the time they get ready, all that kind of, it's easier just to sleep out there.
She going to stay with your daughter?
No, she went to dinner with my daughter. Her sister, nephew, they were in their hotel room.
Okay. Dope.
Yeah.
Right on. Hey, well, thank you guys all for listening one more time again, and we'll see you in a few days. Love you.